Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going? So, I figured I'd give you a story today because I am on my way to the dentist to get a root canal. Yay! I broke a tooth over the weekend. I wasn't quite sure what I did, so I went in yesterday late in the afternoon. Was the first time they could see me, and it's been hurting quite a bit. But so anyway, he looked at everything and then he showed me what it was, and he said, this is what we're gonna have to do to fix it. Gotta do what you gotta do. Has not been my year for teeth, let me tell you. Or I should say, the last 10 months have not been my last 10 months for teeth. I've had nothing but problems all of a sudden, and I've never really had anything abnormal with my teeth my whole life until just now. Anyway, I figured let me share a story with you. A lot of you guys seem to really like the story, so let me go ahead. So, my best friend Ed, I've spoken about him before. Him and I have been friends since middle school. We're still friends to this day. When we were, I don't know, 16, 17, 18, something in that range, we would buy big, gigantic Chrysler product because we could get them cheap. Usually we would get them not running, and we would get them running. A lot of times, people would say, you need the tow truck to pick it up or whatever, and we would go look at it and get it running and drive it away. We had a Dodge Charger one time. We happened to see it sitting in the gas station parking lot. It was stuffed off into a corner. And it was a 73. It was green. 73 or 72? 73. It was green, white top. And I can't tell you, we bought a whole bunch of those things for about $500 and just absolutely trashed them. To think what they're worth now. But anyway, so we went out there to look at the car. We went out there, we saw the car, and it's sort of been sitting there for a while. So we asked about it, and they said, yeah, it's got some major electrical problem. They couldn't get it running, and this, that, the other thing. So I go, okay, well, do you want to sell it? Yeah, we'll sell it. If you can get it running, you can have it. Challenge accepted. We went out there, him and I, we looked at it, and he was more a Chrysler guy than I was. I was more of I loved everything type of guy. He was more a Chrysler guy. So we go out there and we're messing with it, and we realized it had some kind of an issue with the starter relay that was on the left inner fender. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but I'm pretty sure it was a starter relay, and then it had some kind of another issue with power to the ignition module. The 73 had that ignition module on the firewall. So we basically, no tools. We had really no tools. We just, basically took a wire and see if it would spark to know if we had power or whatnot. And so then him and I were just like, let's go in there and get the title. We did that. We went back out, messed around with it, maybe 20 minutes in, and had the car running, and then drove it away. And the people in the repair shop, here they are seeing this pair of 18-year-olds driving a car away that they couldn't fix. And they were just like, huh? Yeah. So, but anyway, so we used to buy these old clapped out Chrysler product. One car in particular, my friend Ed bought. It was a 73 Newport two-door. It was a 400 car. And the same situation. It was a car that wasn't running. The guy was privately selling it. We went up there and we wound up buying it, got it running, and drove it away. And that thing had quarter panels that were literally longer than most cars are today. The overhang in the back was incredible. From where the wheel was to the end of the bumper, the overhang was just amazing. It was like a full Dodge Omni. Like if you put a front wheel of the Dodge Omni to the rear wheel of the Newport, the rear bumper of both cars would meet each other. It was so long, it was just incredible. So we would drive, and whenever it was snowing, we would always go out cruising. We just had fun. We'd be doing donuts and getting the car sideways and stuff like that. And one time we happened to be going around a corner and the car fishtailed. And all of a sudden it struck a street sign, like a stop sign or whatever. or road direction sign, whatever the heck it was, I don't recall. So it strikes that, and I mean, bam, flattens it right out. So it's just kind of like, oh man. And for some reason, I don't know why, it was the weirdest thing. After that, I mean, there must have been a lot of ice on the ground. It's the only thing I can think of, because every time we took a turn during that snowstorm, the rear end would kick out, and we would take down another street sign. Every single time. It was like ridiculous. We were really trying to just make it home because it was so dangerous outside, and we were it was causing damage, and we just we didn't want to keep doing that, so we had to make it home. Eventually we made it home. I think there was probably like 20 or 30 turns in the process, so unfortunately there was some collateral damage in the process, but things happen. What are you going to do? I mean, really, what are you going to do? Another time, another winter, he had a 68, I think I might have mentioned this car too, it was a 68 Chrysler 300 four-door. It was a stripper. It had not one single option, which is odd for a Chrysler 300. Not one single option, except for the fact that it was, the 440 cubic inch 4-barrel HP motor. And that car romped. That car really, really romped. It had 323 gears in it. And during that time frame, in that day, if we pulled up alongside a Mustang GT or LX, which would have been like an 86, 87, which were brand new at the time, if we pulled up alongside one of those, if it was an 86, we would beat it every time. If it was an 87, it was iffy, depending on the driver. But usually it was a neck-and-neck race. That 300 did good. One winter we were going around a corner, and I guess the town, to prevent people from, I guess having incidents like that where, there was ice on the ground and, they couldn't control the car and they would hit these signs. I guess they decided to reinforce some of these signs. So I remember, sure enough, the 300 got sideways, and there was a big post sign there for telling you, if you went this way, you went to Route 22. If you went this way, you made it to Route 287. And I remember the car went sideways. It struck the sign, and it spun the car. It whipped the car the other way. It spun it right around. We got out, and that quarter panel had got pushed in about 3 feet. I mean, literally like this. It got pushed in from hitting that sign, and that sign didn't move. So it's just like, oops, okay. That night, I believe we put studded snow tires on it, much better tires, so that would never ever happen again. Because you learn lessons when stuff like that happens. All right. Yeah, so I'm almost at my dentist now. Just thought I'd share that with you. It was a good little fun story for the morning. All right, guys, if you're getting something out of my videos, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. Have a great day. Oh, real quick. I got a bunch of people that have been sending me stuff, and I just thought about it last night. A guy, Bear, just sent me a ratchet, a nice snap-on ratchet that he doesn't use, and it was from 1991. It's like one of the first fine tooths that Snap-on came out with. So what I'm going to do is, whenever somebody sends me something from now on, I'm going to make a short video and call you out and say, and say thank you. So there's going to be a short video coming up. It might not be this afternoon, so it depends on how I feel. It might be tomorrow. But yeah, so I'm gonna make mention of what I got and show you in that, because you guys are absolutely awesome. I really do appreciate it. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. So I will say who you are and give you a shout out and thank you and stuff like that in a short video. This way, it's a personal thing instead of me doing a video saying, hey, I received this from somebody. And then in the future, what I'm going to do too is, because I'm going to be growing the channel, things were supposed to happen already, but it just didn't. I'm going to be growing the channel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be getting t-shirts made up, hopefully in the next couple of months. And once I do, when you guys send me something, I need your address. I'm going to send you a t-shirt. And go from there. All right, guys. Again, if you're getting something out of my videos, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. I appreciate all of you. All right, guys. Have a great day. Keep wrenching.